Amid the ongoing water crisis in the IT city Bengaluru, residential societies are looking out for various methods to conserve the water. My presence right now is in Bengaluru's HAL area, where at this particular apartment called as Krishnanagar Apartments, they have come up with the unique idea, I would say rather. So their main focus remains to reuse the discharged waste water from RO filters and also sewage treatment plants as well. To speak on this more of how this idea actually came to them amid this water crisis in the city and how they have implemented this method and how successful it has been so far for them. So thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. So if you could tell us, how did this idea actually pop up?
Okay, so we found that one of the residents in the ground floor, they had put out the pipe outside because they had plants. So they thought, why not, water the plants using this water? And then, there was shortage of water. We were also contemplating buying tankers. And the cost of tankers for us annually would have been about 8 lakhs. So we were thinking of what could be a very cost-effective method and how we can recharge the borewells. So when we saw that one of the pipes which was coming out was those 5 mm pipes, we said, and we also luckily noticed that there are grooves in the building where we could actually seamlessly put those pipes, and then we thought, why not recycle this water and put it into our rainwater harvesting pits, because that way there are two advantages. One is rainwater, this water gets into the system, and this is pretty good water, so the borewells also get charged. So the yield of the borewell will not go down. So that was how the idea came. Then what we did before implementing, we also did a small experiment, because to ensure that it is a viable model. So what we did was, for one block we put the pipes, we put out a blue, those canister big ones, and measured how much of water we are able to collect in one day. So we have the volume collected in one day. We know that is the output from 12 blocks. So roughly we could estimate that, okay, if one block is able to give this much, how much the 20 blocks will give. And then we also, since we are done for one block, we also knew how much the cost is going to be, because the cost was roughly about, all put together, it's about 3,000 rupees per block. Okay. Whereas what we would save per day is 6,000 liters of water. So you can multiply by month or year and so on, and that is how we realized that it is possible to, and it's a viable proposition.
So also, sir, one of you could explain us how exactly the water is collected and where it exactly goes and further reused as well. So sir, would you like to explain us?
Yeah, I think
you can see some pipes.
Yeah, these are all pipes have been connected to all the blocks, flats. Okay, after that will be connected to the rain harvesting pipe.
And these pipes come from the kitchens of every house, and mostly the kitchens are all one below the other. So through the kitchen window, these pipes get connected through a T-joint, and this gets connected into the main rainwater harvesting pipe. This pipe actually collects water from the terrace, and that goes to the rainwater harvesting pit. So this is how we have brought the flow.
So further it gets collected where? And
yeah, here this is the pit, which is an 9 meters deep pit with all gravel, and all the filtration is there. So actually this water is pretty good except for the hardness. So this water goes down and then it percolates into the walls of the, there are holes in the rings of the wall. It percolates and then it automatically recharges the ground. It may not be necessarily our own borewell, but somebody will benefit. And the only the issue with this water is, this is pretty hard. So obviously, when people buy, let us say you are distilling and you are getting 10 liters. In 10 liters, 6 liters is this waste. Only 4 liters is what you use. So the 6 liters, if you can actually take out the salts, you can actually use it. That's what precisely we are doing. And why we came out with this idea was, initially we said people don't waste the water. Now it becomes difficult for a housewife to collect the water in a bucket, and it will be 3-4 buckets. For them to collect in a bucket, take it to the bathroom or washing machine, lift it, put it, it's not a very easy thing. Whereas this is a very simple thing where they can actually, it doesn't cost much. This water ultimately gets into the clean system, not the sewage or anything else.
So very important again that you have highlighted another point about the rainwater harvesting as well, because we do know that how BWSSB has been continuously telling this to actually have this mandatorily at their places, the rainwater harvesting, because it really helps, as in it's a long time solution as well. So at this point in time, amid this water crisis, how do you think, sir, these methods are very much important, because one should really not wait for the government to come and tell this, but voluntary actions are also important? What do you say?
Absolutely. And moreover, if you see, the investment of this is very low. Okay, the only thing is the idea actually we have to percolate it, so that investment is very low. So when we have done that much, as he said, the quantum of water we got it, that is exceptional, no? So we don't need to wait for the any scarcity or something like that. So absolutely, it's very very innovative.
दिस वन टेक्निकल पर्सन ऑल्सो वो है सर, अगर आप हमें बता सकते हैं कि ऐसे जब वाटर क्राइसिस होता है, पानी की कमी होती है बेंगलोर जैसे सिटी में, तो क्या कैसे कैसे मेथड्स हैं जिनसे एक्चुअली छोटे छोटे मेथड्स जैसे पानी को जो है हम बचा सकते हैं और आगे यूज़ भी कर सकते हैं?
जी बिल्कुल, अभी जो हम लोग बताया ये पहले बहुत ही अच्छा मेथड है। जो हमारा रेन वाटर, जो हमारा जो फिल्टर है उसका जो वेस्ट वाटर पानी आके हम लोग रेन वाटर में देते हैं। दूसरा क्या है, हमारा पहला मेन इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ यही है। दूसरा क्या है, हम लोग किधर भी फिल्टर यूज करते हैं, उसका कुछ भी वेस्ट वाटर पानी हम लोग स्टॉक करके रख के कहीं पे भी यूज कर सकते हैं कि प्लांट्स होने दीजिए या फिर कोई फिल्ट्रेशन करके इसको छोड़ने के लिए वो कर सकते हैं। लेकिन ये सबसे अच्छा चीज़ है, जो हमारा जो आरओ का जो है उसमें ज़्यादा वेस्ट होता है पानी, तो हम लोग वो मेथड करके इसको हम लोग रेन वाटर में दिए। मेरा हिसाब से ये सबसे बढ़िया मेथड है, सभी आदमी को ऐसा करना चाहिए। क्या तो हम लोग को पर डे 200 प्लस पानी एक बिल्डिंग में ये होता है, वेस्ट होता है 200 प्लस। तो आप उतना ही हिसाब लगाइए कितना एक फ्लैट में, मतलब 12 फ्लैट में इतना ही हम लोग कंज्यूम करते हैं पानी को। अभी यहाँ पे 240 फ्लैट है, तो हम लोग कितना पानी सेव करके बोरवेल को दे सकते हैं, तो यही है।
There you see, what this apartment is trying to give out a message is that it's never too late to adapt a sustainable method, and top of that, when such a crisis arise also, they don't have to depend on the government, BWSSB for that matter as well, because the solution is in their own area itself. So how it can be done, so that's the message that they are trying to give out. But also you see there's a lot of borewells that are going dry as well across the city. We do know that as per the data from the government side, it's almost 16,000 and more borewells are there in the city, and half of it is all dried right now. And there are that other methods that we are also seeing now, that there's a huge costing as well for the water tankers, and now the government had also intervened in it and trying to take a control of that costing and the water supply across the city as well. So those are the methods that the government is actually adapting on one hand. On the other hand, the residents are here trying to give out this message out, saying that how this can be a long-term solution for that matter when such a crisis actually arises. But needs to be seen, because you see, as per the data, in the city, in Bengaluru specifically, out of 10.8 lakh homes, this is only that 2 lakh homes have this rainwater harvesting method as well. So there is more such need that actually people need to in fact also realize that and come up with such a methods. However, needs to be seen, because the government efforts are also on when it comes to the water crisis in the state.